Hi, today I want to talk about 10 most common mistakes that beginner violinists make. Mistake number 1. Incorrect left-hand position, when the wrist is bent inward or outward. The natural left-hand position is quite desirable when playing the violin. Left-hand fingers should be over the strings, so that they are always ready to be placed on the strings. The position with the wrist is bent this way makes it more challenging for your fingers to reach out the strings. Particularly, the pinky can hardly play anything. You can carry out an experiment. Bend your wrist and make a fist. That's not easy. It even may cause pain in here. It's challenging in this position too. Whereas, it's quite easy to make a fist when the arm and hand form a straight line. We may swing the hand to relax it, raise it and make a fist. That's easy now. If you need to check whether your hand is well positioned, you may use a pencil, for example. Attach it to your hand, you will see if the wrist and forearm form the straight line. Don't forget to check it from time to time. Mistake number 2. This mistake happens when you are practicing vibrato. When a student practices vibrato, the entire violin starts shaking. To correct it, you will need a wall, against which you need to pin the head of the violin's neck and lean against the violin a bit. The violin rests on your shoulder. Now we are ready to practice vibrato. When doing this exercise, you feel your left hand independence from your body. Your body should be independent from your left hand, so it isn't involved in vibrato practice, including your back, shoulders. Mistake number 3. Mistake number 3 is about the right hand technique. It occurs when the pinky is flat on the bow. In this case, it doesn't let us play smoothly, and the bow won't work as we want it to. To correct that, you may take up the following exercises. I call them a frog and balance scale. The frog exercise. Grab the bow and hold it with all the fingers, move like that. Make sure to force the pinky to be fully involved. Then keep the bow vertically. The last position is quite challenging. It's focused on developing this motion. The balance scale exercise helps pump this muscle. The process involves the pinky only. You see, the pinky is working. Once you are done with the exercises, grab the violin and play open strings with the index finger in the air. If the pinky becomes flat, the index finger takes over his job. Consequently, the arm becomes inhibited. That's why I highly recommend doing those exercises. Mistake number 4. We are supposed to use a bow to play the violin, but some students contrive to do the opposite. They contrive to play the bow with the violin. Let me show you what I mean. One more thing. Mostly it happens when playing chords. The violin must be stable on your shoulder. The one who is allowed to move is the bow. The violin isn't meant to help the bow. You already know how to solve the problem. Pin the violin against the wall so that the violin is stable and you can easily play the chords. Mistake number 5. Inhibited thumbs. If your left hand thumb is inhibited, it's more likely your right hand thumb will become inhibited quite soon. Our hands tend to pick up each other's habits. In order to get rid of this bad habit, you may play Schradik's exercise in this way. 1 or 2 lines are enough. You play it slowly. When playing the first note, the thumb goes right, the next note it goes left. To help your right hand thumb, you may use the frog exercise that I mentioned before. Remember that the thumb should move freely. When the thumb is inhibited, it becomes flat and pins against the frog of the bow with a force. The thumb should move as a spring that compresses and extends. Mistake number 6. Wrong position of your head. No matter if the position is like this or like that, they are all wrong. If after a practice session you have a headache or your jaw is inhibited, it is most likely your head position needs correcting. Start with the legs, relax them. Stand with your feet shoulder width apart. Keep your back straight and relax the shoulders. The violin rests on your shoulder. Slightly turn your head left and put the jaw on the chin rest. If you feel that your neck becomes inhibited, stop practicing immediately. Do some exercises and try to relax. Then continue working. Mistake number 7. Do not play in the upper half of the bow or in the bottom half of the bow only. If you tend to play in the upper half of the bow only, play Schradik's exercises, for example, and try to play them with the bottom half of the bow. If you tend to play with the top of the bow, it might happen because of your flat pinky. It won't bend and it won't work. Why not use the frog or balance scale exercises? If your choice is to play with the bottom of the bow, it's likely about mistake number 8. The mistake happens because of the low right elbow. The low elbow will never let us play anything but the bottom of the bow. It seems impossible to play in the upper half of the bow with the low elbow. You may take up the following exercise. The middle part of the bow rests on the strings. The shoulder and forearm form the right angle. And we will put this notebook on this kind of surface. That's not easy. This notebook is too thin. Play with the short part of the bow. If you drop the elbow, the notebook falls off your elbow. Do this exercise and make sure to control your round pinky. Mistake number 9. Shifts with the wrist. Shifts are played with the whole arm. The thumb, fingers, wrist – and forearm move in a single motion. Never do that. All these motions I am showing to you are unacceptable. The whole thing moves in one motion, no matter if it goes up or goes down the neck. It might be the third finger or the fourth one, it doesn't matter. It's done in a single motion of all parts of the arm. All of these deviations from the rule may cause lots of problems. The thumb goes along with the fingers. Mistake number 10. It occurs when the bow stops between notes. For example, if you play a slur or do a shift, the bow moves in a regular way. Is there a slur? Don't stop the bow. Don't stop the motion of the right hand. That often happens when beginners stop the bow in the middle of a slur. Make sure the right arm movement doesn't depend on the left hand fingers. When switching between the left hand fingers, the right hand goes in a continuous movement. The same in the shift. It's highly undesirable, as long as it isn't stated by a composer. That's it, guys. Thanks for watching. Share video with your friends. Leave your comments below. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. See you in the next video.